Hey everybody. Today I just decided I was gonna record my rolls for the new Brave Heroes banner. I thought, why not? I'm definitely going for Claude. It's like as many merges as I can possibly get with 500 orbs. I think if there aren't any colorless orbs, I'll probably go for red, because I do like Lysithea a lot, or maybe even blue for Dimitri. But we'll see. I think for the Spark system, I'm definitely gonna choose Claude first, and then Dimitri will probably be second. Just because he has really good fodder. Lysithea does too. But just not stuff that I'm like super duper interested right now. I'm really interested in Dimitri's new ace skill. That looks really interesting. Edelgard has some good fodder too, but like joint drive res, I'm just not super interested in. And distant ward, I am pretty interested in. That's pretty good. Hi, Sammy. Alright. I haven't redeemed my 5-star summon. I'm definitely going to do that afterwards. I just kind of want to see how the summoning session goes. I also haven't done the 14 bonds to get the tickets. Yeah, I just don't feel like doing that. I waited all the way until morning. Like, I waited till I slept to do this, which was kind of hard because I really wanted to do it like as soon as it happened, but the reset happens at 1 a.m. for me. So yeah, just didn't want to wait that long. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the new chapter, I guess. So it was pretty good. I feel like they're really hinting that Sharina or Peony or somebody, like, I feel like all of the fairies besides the two like godly ones or whatever are like they were regular people or whatever, which is interesting, I guess, but I feel like they're kind of beating around the bush a little too much, because they've been hinting at that for like the last 2 or 3 chapters, I feel like, or maybe it's just been so long between the main chapters that it just feels like forever. I don't know. They had that problem with, it was like book 2 or book 3, I can't remember. They just wouldn't get to the point. And I was like, come on, just get on with it. The fairy guy died, I guess. I didn't really feel too much from that because he had like 10 lines of dialogue anyways. Most of it was just Peony going like, oh my gosh, King Fair, I love you. I was like, yeah, no comment. I also wish that they would give like the Brave Heroes a little more dialogue in their respective chapters. Like, I don't think Lysithea even said like a thing, which is so dirty. Because it's like, yeah, no, she's not one of the 3 main lords, but like she was still voted, you know? Like, give her something. Okay, we get Gordon again, I think. Well, at least we keep getting colorless orbs. That's what I really want. Okay. Jacob again. I'm honestly not a fan of Jacob. Sorry. Forest. So, Forest is one of the units that I'm hoping I get some copies of during this session, just so I can merge up. He's plus attack, that's really good. I know Forest is in the pool now, Emran, and I feel like there's somebody else that I'm forgetting. Because like every time that there's a new banner, I always kind of want to roll for colorless, because there's just a couple units in there that I'm trying to merge up. But there's just never a good reason. I'm trying really hard not to just click through all of the summons. I have a really bad habit of that. Like I see the smoke, or like especially when I don't see the smoke and I know it's gonna be a 3-star, I'm just like, yeah, just get it over with. I think out of the 4 units, definitely the 2 winners for the male and female side, Edelgard and Dimitri, they seem super stacked. And honestly, I do think Edelgard is stacked. And Dimitri seems stacked. Like, he has so much stuff in his kit. Like, he has damage reduction, guaranteed follow-ups. Like on paper, he sounds ridiculous. And even when I was doing the story chapters, I tried to, like, initiate into him with my team. And, the team I was using wasn't, like, that great because I was trying to get the quest orbs, the ones where you have to use, like, a sword, lance, and axe unit. So my axe unit was Hilda, and she is +1, and her boon is HP. So she's not, like, super decked out, and she just has her base kit. Like, nothing super special. Yay! And she couldn't kill him, and I was like, oh crap. Hilda's usually pretty good at killing anything. But then I just let him initiate into me, like into my Hilda, and she just destroyed him. And I was like, okay. So maybe he's just more of an enemy phase monster. And then I really wish Dimitri had gotten more defense. Like, I fully expected him to just come out of the box with like 45 defense because he has this damage reduction skill. Oh, let's go blue. Even though Edelgard has some good skills, I really just don't enjoy using armored units. Her C skill on her legendary version, Armored Stride I believe it is, that was really interesting. Like, I almost pulled just for that because I do have a Christmas Lissa that I absolutely adore. Like, Lissa is one of my favorite characters ever. But, yeah, I just never use her because armored units just don't do it for me. And yeah, there's the armored boot seal, but like as soon as they lose some HP, it's like useless. And you know, I don't always have a healer, and I don't want to run healing specials on her. I guess I could run ether with like Bolt Fire or something, but I don't know. Just didn't want to deal with that, so I just never did. But Edelgard seems ridiculous. I feel like even though I'm kind of underwhelmed by Dimitri, at high merges, he'll probably get more disgusting. Oh yeah, but what I was saying, I just really expected him to have more defense, Dimitri, because his whole damage reduction is based off his defense. Like, if people just, like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna actually roll on this banner, but a lot of people are just gonna redeem him for the free summon and just have him. Oh, Mercedes, that's who I wanted. So Forest, Emerin, and Mercedes merges, definitely looking for those. Lots of healers. Lots of healers that I actually care about lately. Oh, 3. Kind of sad we don't have a single version. I'm not a single version. A single copy of Claude yet. I'm not gonna lie. Whoops, I clicked through that one. Force of habit. But it was just Virion, so who cares? Edelgard seems really scary. But yeah, Dimitri, I think he would be scary at higher merges, especially if people go for like a plus defense boon. But I feel like a lot of people see that he has 36 neutral speed and they're like, oh, I can capitalize on that. But, you know, like, oh, it's gonna help with follow-ups, like people won't be able to double him as much, which is true. That is completely true. But like, it's not really gonna help his case in terms of his skills. Like, I feel like he kind of needs a plus defense IV, you know, because a lot of the people who can use close call or like spurn or whatever, like they kind of have like overkill speed. Like Marita is just disgusting. She has so much freaking speed. And same with like Larce. So like close call works really well on them because they have enough speed to double pretty much everybody, except maybe each other, and that really helps with their damage reduction. Like Dimitri right now, Like if I just grabbed like a neutral Dimitri and I was like, oh, he's gonna be great out of the box, you know? Like my merged up Frederick that I've had since like almost the beginning of the game has more defense than him. I was just like, huh? I mean, Edelgard came out of the box with more defense than him. You know, green beats blue, so you're not like really gonna be throwing your Dimitri at Edelgard, but I was just like, okay. I feel like he doesn't really have a lot of res, so maybe not any points from res, but they definitely could have made his speed like 32, which is definitely salvageable, and given him like at least 4 more points of defense. I feel like that would have been fine. It would have been like, whoa, he has 44 defense, because then you can like do a speed boon or like an attack boon and like still had a pretty good chunk of defense to like negate damage. I don't know. That's just me. Didn't we just get Rise? Oh my gosh. Dang, we're already 100 orbs down. What's our pity rate? 4.25. Bummer. If this was like any other banner, I'd be kind of disappointed right now because I feel like I should have gotten a merge or something already. You know, but it is luck, so. But since this banner basically, like, if I hit 40 summons, I'm picking CLAUDE first, and then I still have my free summon, so I'm definitely gonna at least walk out of here with like a +1 CLAUDE, which is fine. I know a lot of people were like, oh, if you're really smart, you're gonna save your orbs for like a hero fest with these characters, which is true. It would be smarter in the long run and more like orb efficient, but I don't know when they're gonna do a hero fest, and I don't really want to wait. You know, I could get a free summon CLAUDE and just be done, but that's kind of boring. Like I've been waiting for this. I voted for this. Like I voted for CLAUDE like 6 different times. Oh my gosh, what is with us getting like the same character almost back to back? At least we're not getting Jacobs anymore. We're getting kind of close to the spark. Come on. Oof. Definitely not CLAUDE. Oh, we're still at 4.25. I think maybe it just feels bad because I think we've only been, I think maybe a couple times we've gotten like 3 colorless orbs, but for the most part, we haven't been seeing like large amounts of colorless orbs. How do you guys say this character's name? I've heard people say Lachesis. I say Lachesis. I feel like I've heard others, but you know, it's just an interesting name. Definitely a character I wouldn't mind getting Resplendent, because I'm really not a fan of her art. Oh my gosh. Like, is the game forgetting that they just gave me a Legault? Nice. His Refine was really interesting, but only for like a week and a half. I don't know. If there's anybody who uses guys out there, post your builds because I don't know what to do with them. Yeah. I really like Lena's art. Like I love the like classic cleric look. You know, like her in silk and think that's it, actually. Like the look that those two have, like the hood and the little capelet. But she was outclassed by other 4-stars healers. Like as soon as she came out, like that was really confusing to me. Like, wouldn't you want her to be decent at least, so people would use her? And I was like, nope. Well, 150 orbs down. Nothing. I definitely wanted to come out of this with like at least a +5 Claude, because like I said, I can get a +1 easy peasy. So like if I could get 4 copies and 500 orbs, that'd be amazing. Right now it's not really looking that great, to be honest. But you know, we'll see where this goes. I always have the worst luck on banners that I've been looking forward to. We're not watching it. Like the banners I don't care about, I'm like, oh, I'll throw like 50 orbs at it because I just kind of think it'd be nice to have this skill, and then we'll get like 2 focus units and 50 orbs, and I'm like, wow. But then when I actually save up and get really excited for a banner, it's just torture. It really is. You know, at least I haven't been pity broken. There's that. I could get like some rando 5-star after all this. This happened to me a couple times. During the Hoshiden Festival banner with like Dancing Makaya and Valencia and like Lander, I got all the way up to like a 5.5 pity rate, which hurt. And that was like going for every single color because I wanted 1 copy of each of them. Like they all looked great, you know. So I was pulling like full circle. So this was like I got all the way up to a 5.5, like no 5 stars. And then at the very end, oh, I already hit 40 something. At the very end, I feel like I should pull a blue. But anyways, at the very end, I pulled a minus attack Gen 1 Ephraim. Oof, I definitely should not have pulled the blue. No thanks. Perry is like one of those characters where you just remember she exists and you're like, why did they do that? Why did they... Yes, I would like to summon Claude. Like, what were they going for when they made Perry? They were like, oh, people love a psycho. I mean, which is kind of true. It's kind of weird that people sometimes just gravitate towards like the weirdo characters, but like not weird and just like quirky. Like if you met that person in real life, you'd be like, no, I'm not talking to you. Norn has such pretty art. She really does. I love her little ribbon that's like on the side of her. It's so pretty. Just like the way the artist drew that, it really looks like dainty and should have turned notifications off, but I did not. Ooh, here's a good one. I don't think you lose your pity rate from doing the 4s or the... I don't think you lose your pity rate after the 5-star summon, so hopefully you get something here. And by something, I mean Claude. I don't really want anything else. $210 orbs down. And all we've gotten is the free copy, so we're doing amazing. Three-star. Yoicks. That was not great. Not gonna lie. I didn't lose my pity rate, did I? Nope. 5.25. Just awful. At least the colorless orbs are still here. Actually, I think the orb that I feel like I've seen the least of is red. Which is interesting. I love burgundy. No! Oh my gosh. Ugh. He's so big. That feels pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. That feels really bad. Come on, Claude. Make it worth it. Make it worth it. No, it's Felicia. You know, I think Felicia's art is still really nice to this day. Like, if she came out, if she wasn't released on launch and she came out like sometime later, I feel like they still would have used that artist. Yikes. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, I wasn't really scared to roll on colorless. I was like, as long as Claude isn't red, I'll be fine. I kind of maybe thought maybe he would have like this sort of Bagalta, because it has the crest of Regan. Or like works better for anyone who has the crest of Regan. But they didn't. Because people were definitely like, well, Lysithea is definitely going to be red if she's not a red bait. She's going to have Thunderbrand and blah, blah, blah. And I was fine with that. I didn't really want a red Claude. I was kind of surprised though that they kept basically every single person on this banner, every unit, like the same weapon type that they've been using. Like Edelgard is now has 3 X versions, pretty much 4, no spoilers. Dimitri is a lance unit again. You know, at least Dimitri is infantry, so there's that. And then Claude is also a colorless bow. And you know, Claude and Dimitri, they're like okay. You know, it is kind of boring that they have the same exact like color and weapon type, but you know, at least they have different movements. Edelgard is literally just like a power crept version of her legendary version, which is kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I was like, why did they release legendary Edelgard so early? Besides the fact that she's super popular, obviously. But I feel like they did it because they knew that if they released legendary Edelgard after her Choose Your Legend version, nobody would roll for it. Because honestly, this one is like just as good, maybe even better. You know, time will tell. Well, we're almost halfway done with our orbs, and I have gotten 1 copy, and it was out of 30. Not gonna lie, I think I'm just gonna start clicking. And if I don't see the smoke, I'm just gonna click through it. As I say that, I just clicked anyways. Ooh. I think I need like 6 more copies of Forest. I think so. Forest's stats are very, very unfortunate. Especially because I feel like he was basically just Elise 2.0. Like, Elise was like fast and hit pretty hard for like a Troubadour. But she was super frail. Like, she would get one shot by everything in my Fates runs. Like, if you left her in the range of an enemy, she was probably gonna die. Unless it was a mage. Because she could kind of survive mages. But, Force was basically the same, I felt like. I mean, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but the fact that in Heroes he comes like, and he's so underwhelming. It's kind of sad, not gonna lie. I am glad he's 4-star though. Tethys is so pretty. I haven't played Secret Stones, but I am trying to merch her up. A Dagger Dancer is really cool. And she uses Tamari from New Year's Air so well. I feel like everybody and their mom has said that, but she really does. She really uses it really well. It just gives her some cool utility. His art has always kind of been off-putting to me. I think it's just his face. I don't know. I love his little sprite though. Super cute. I wonder if a healer will ever get a resplendent version, because Lord knows basically all of them need it. But like IS hates giving anything to healers, although they did give us the palm staff, which was like, that was pretty legit, not gonna lie. I have a +10 Summer Rise, so that's a lot of palm staff that technically is not available to me, but I did give it to my Lissa with the speed boom. Kind of fun, not gonna lie. Again, I think this is the most I've ever gotten, like a unit that just had a banner ever. Usually it takes me a couple months to get the 4-star off of a banner that I didn't pull on. Alright, we're getting close to just 200 orbs left, so 300 orbs, and all I've gotten is a Kanagas I did not ask for. He does have Distant Defense 4, which is pretty cool, but I don't think I have a single person that I use frequently that uses Distant Defense like at all, so there's that. Setsuna. I feel like a lot of these Brave units are going to be awful to go against in Aether raids, like Claude and Lysithea especially. Yeah, Dimitri and Edelgard definitely like super tanky, especially at high merges. Ooh, excuse me. I did just wake up and do this, so I'm still a little tired. I didn't even wake up at the time I really wanted to. I don't know if the audio is picking this up, but there's so much construction going around my house. Like, people were really using a jackhammer at 7 in the morning, which is super nice. I love it. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I feel like Lysithea and Cloud are going to be super awful on Aether Raid's defense, like to go against. Because Lysithea reminds me of like Legendary Celica, who, like, if you even touch one of your units, they have a very high probability of dying. Like, Legendary Celica is just massive overkill, and that's what Lysithea's kit kind of reminds me of. And like, it is massive overkill for most of this. Like, if she's gonna go against a green, it's like she would have killed the green, 30 damage ago. But I feel like they do that just so she can kind of battle things she's not usually supposed to. Especially with her built-in, like, desperation after taking damage. Which is cool. Rebecca with her big ol' eyes. Yeah, very interesting art. Well, we're at a 4.25. Let's go top. We're almost about to hit our second spark summon. And I have gotten 0 Claude. That feels really bad. I've always liked Seth's armor. His refine, I'm pretty sure he has the speed tactic refine on his sword, which I always remember being really cool. Like I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I don't know. I just haven't really built him up. I think we could like plus 10 every single healer in this game. That's low rarity at this point. Although I haven't got a single Lissa or Scythe though, I think. Like my 2 favorite characters in the colorless blood. Oh! Okay, I haven't gotten a single Claude. My favorite lord in the series. I haven't gotten a single Claude. Oh. Okay, 3-star anchor. Selena. Honestly, I feel like Selena gets way better with merges. Ooh, yoicks. Yoicks, yoicks. Let's see. I mean, most of these people I don't really care about. Like, oof. Let's do create comment menu first. Like, we'll keep him. All right. 4.5, back at it. Oh, looks like we got our next spark summon, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pick Lysithia. I said I was gonna pick Dimitri, but I really thought I was gonna have the option to like pull on red a little bit because I would get some copies of Claude. That's not happening. So Lysithia is definitely my second favorite character off this banner. I'm just gonna pick her now. Just to have her. I definitely am a Golden Deer fan. I just love the ragtag group of characters that is the Golden Deer. It feels like out of all three, I think the Blue Lions is like the least interesting to me. Like, I don't know. And like half of the Black Eagles are really interesting to me. Like, I don't really care for like Ferdinand or Hubert. Okay, I think I'll start picking blue if I don't have the option of colorless now because I got Lysithea. We'll just see what happens. Definitely not Dimitri. Oof, now I'm not even getting colorless ones. I think after this banner... Oh. Well, I mean, at least I got somebody from summoning somebody. Let's see what he got. Oh, he's just neutral. That's kind of funny. Ooh, I kind of want to, like, do the whole circle, but I'm not here for him. I'm not. You know, at least I got somebody. We're just going to say that. People were like, how likely is it that you think that like George and Minerva and Camus were gonna get these new weapons as refines? And I was like, that's never gonna happen. The weapons are ridiculous. Okay. I was just cleaning out my barracks and I was like deleting my copies that I got of her because I don't have any desire to build her at the moment, especially since I'm building like 3 healers at once and they're all healers that like compared to her, which is just a character I've never seen before until her banner came out. And I was like, well, maybe she has good fodder. Maybe I shouldn't be deleting her. And I was like, oh, she has attack ploy, but she has it at 5 stars. I was like, dang, they couldn't even throw us a bone and give us attack ploy. I mean, technically they did. I'll go red now. But you still have to waste 20k feathers on it. And I'm like, no, I don't need it that bad. Kind of coming down to the end of it. Part of me is pretty surprised that I haven't gotten very many copies of CLAUDE, but another part of me is like, you should have known this is gonna happen. I saw a post on Reddit like right before I started because I just kind of wanted to see if people were like posting a lot of the like +10s because I know a lot of people were saving super hard for this. And me saving up 500 orbs is saving super duper hard for me because I am such an impulsive, not like spender, but like I spend my orbs really impulsively. Like the Groom Brayfield from the bridal banner completely killed my orb count. Like I think I had like close to 400. But they're like, ooh, he's 4-star, you can get more copies of him. Yay! Yay. Please be plus speed or attack. Ooh, it's plus attack. Okay. I'm happy. That's good. I think if I was gonna, like, well, I am. But, like, I think I technically want plus speed by the time I'm done merging him, whenever that is, because obviously he hates me. But, plus attack is really good. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I really don't. So, I mean, at least he's gonna be +2. I was realistically trying to just go for like +5. I think I already said that. Soak. Love Soak. Love his crop top. Love that he has green hair. Love his giant scarf. Like, just a really fun design in my opinion. Completely power cut by Julian off the last banner with Lena. It's amazing that they can release a unit like Lena, who was basically like a year 2 unit, and just like, I mean, she has more stats than a lot of the healers, but like the spread of the stats is just not great. If I remember, like, I was like, oh cool, another healer, and she has like that really pretty like cleric vibe going. And then I looked at her stats and I looked at her base kit and I was just like, yeah, I'll pass. Like, no thanks. But Julian, holy crap. Like, I feel like when I saw the banner trailer, I think they give him like close foil and some other like super duper rare skill. I was like, oh, they're just giving him super rare skills to justify like not demoting him, because it's obviously going to be Lena who's demoted. And I'm like, he'll probably just have like decent stats but like crazy skills, so then like when people pull him, they're going to be like, oh, I got pity broken by Julian, but you know, at least he has these really good skills. But no, he has like really good stats too, like really good. I was like, what the frick? But anyways, he completely powered up Soth. Like, Soth used to be like the size. He used to be like the dagger to like have for like broadleaf fan and stuff. But then like Matthew's Refine came out, and that kind of, people like, oh well, you could just use Matthew. And then like when Leela came out, I mean, her offenses are just stupid. Like, honestly, just kind of overkill. But like Soth was still pretty like solid. Like, they're like, okay, yeah, you know, Leela, Matthew, they're still pretty up there. But like Soth is still good. But then like Julian, I feel like just completely invalidated Soth. Like, you'll probably never see anybody talking about him. They'll just say, oh, just use Julian if you have him. But if you don't have Julian, Soth is okay. Like, I feel like that's what he is. It makes me wonder when we're gonna get like I feel like we're gonna get legendary Dimitri before Claude. Like, I just feel like that's definitely gonna happen. But I don't know. I just wonder what his deal is gonna be. It's just gonna be another Lance Infantry. Because like I was saying about Edelgard, you know, she's the same power level, or maybe even a little stronger. I'm not sure. I haven't actually used a legendary Edelgard myself. She looks really strong, and I've fought a couple of them in like Aether raids, and they were really strong. They're like super tanky, super duper tanky. But this one just seems like legendary Edelgard 2. Oh my gosh, is this literally my first Emran? I think it is. She's like the one I want to merge on the most. That's so sad. Customize. Okay. Colorless just not being good to me today. I kind of expected Emran to be like a Grand Hero battle or like Tempest Trials. I didn't really see her being in the actual summoning pool. I don't know why. I just kind of like assumed she wouldn't be. So it was kind of surprising when they did that. And her inclusion was so random too. They were like, oh, here's like 3 free copies. I think it was 2 or 3. And then after a certain date, which was like after the Awakening banner that she was supposed to like technically be a part of, you know, like they included her with that. She wasn't even available to be summoned until after that. Like, I think it was it Legendary Edelgard? Like, her banner was when you can actually summon her. I'm like, that was really random. Why'd they do that? Jacob. Love his art. Don't love Jacob. Not really a fan. I do like his son though, Dwyer. I wouldn't mind Dwyer getting into heroes. Ooh, we're getting some like beginning of the video flashbacks. What are we at? 3.75? I think this is our first Azama too. It's really weird that it took this long to get some of these units. Like, I think it took, we've only gotten one Emran, one Wissa, one Azama, one Saizo, like 12 leans. Oh my gosh. A bunch of Setsunas. Setsuna's design is really good. Oh, those were Hinoka's retainers, that's funny. But I never really liked her because the whole, like, falling in a trap thing gimmick was just not very, like, funny or interesting to me. I was like, okay, I'm falling in traps, that's interesting, I guess. Like, I think a lot of the Fates characters were just kind of polarizing. Like, I either loved them or I didn't, you know? I mean, I guess there was a few that I was just kind of neutral on. More than a few, actually. But there was, like, the ones that I really hated, and I really hate Perry. I'm not a fan of Takumi. They're like, oh, I love Takumi. He's super popular, but I'm just not a fan. Alright, we're getting down to, like, our last couple summons. If I had to give this summon session a grade, it would be, like, D+. Not gonna lie. I did get a copy of Claude and a copy of Dimitri, so that was really good. But that Kanegas after like a 5.25 or whatever pity rate that felt bad. And Lena, oh my gosh, girl, I'm not gonna build you. It's not gonna happen. It's really not. Should I go red or blue? I'm gonna go red. Alright, well there you have it. I got one copy of Claude, one copy of Dimitri, and a Kanegas. I go over to my 5-star free summon and redeem Claude. We stand Claude. Alright, thanks for watching. Good luck with your summons.